going to be the hardest game of the season. Um, all right, that is an interesting hand. Why is that interesting? Well, the Gull and Duck is super lovely combo, but at the same time, we have Middle East and Asia scoring, we don't have Europe scoring. Sure. Asia, Europe, or Asia, Middle East, Duck, De Gaulle. NORAD will go to space. We have Purge. And we have Independent Reds, which is free. Huh. So they're planning on. Whoa. What has just happened here? He's planning on playing Blockade for the event without discarding. What? What? Okay, I've never seen this before, especially with this type of setup with leaving France open. Um, yeah, huh. I genuinely am not totally sure what I should be doing here. Um, Damn. What a curveball at 9:15 p.m. when you're already tired. And the cat just woke up. So, Nasser? No. Yeah, Nasser, duck, and cover Kuiran. And then depending on what he does, we can just move in with Red Scare Purge, and then start dropping scorings, and we have to go. I think that's okay. If this gets defected, though, it's a huge problem for Middle East, right? So the other option is to dump Asia at a +1, duck and cover coup Iran, and then see how that coup goes and we could event Nasser. I think I like that more because Nasser being defected right now would be a huge problem. Oh, Nazis. Okay. Cat. Really? So we need a 50-50 here. I will roll the dice. We get a 2. It's not what we needed. Okay. Asia's gone. Duck's gone. So if he doesn't coup here and he moves out of Iran into Asia instead, I guess we should probably coup it again to get our mill-offs and deny him. And maybe with De Gaulle. That could also call for Purge, though, as he'll now have adjacency. Hmm. I don't know. This is this setup's already thrown me through the ringer. Um, so, um, oh yeah. So for anyone who's watching this, Canadian, U.S., European, Asian, um, if you have a chance with what's going on in Canada right now as a Canadian, take 15 minutes of your day and Google Canadian residential schools with the 215 mass graves that were just found. I think that's important enough for everybody that they should try and educate themselves on this topic. I think we coup Iran again here, and then we could invent Nasser. Okay, big, and we cut off Western Asia access. I'm fine with that. And then we could invent Nasser, and we'll probably get a decent Middle East domination, and then we need to get ops into West. There's a lot of things we want to do this turn right now. I assume he'll go Lebanon here. If he goes Lebanon, we event Egypt. If he goes Lebanon, Egypt, then we still event Nasser. The setup has to suggest a very weak hand, right? Damn. Also, if I knew I was going to roll a 6, I would have just used independent reds there, and then we'd have way more ops to play with, because I think we need to try and make sure we get West Germany. I don't think we have enough ops here for everything we want to do. If he doesn't take Egypt, then I think Fidel for influence, Lebanon. Yeah. Okay. We'll snag Egypt, and then independent reds to Syria and West Germany. That's a nice little 4 VP domination in the Middle East. Not bad, not bad. Do we hold the Gaul, or do we space NORAD? So if he doesn't move into France here to get West Germany adjacency, we have time, I guess, to decide. Although Defectors is still out. If only that first roll was the 6, and the second was the 2, would have been a little bit better there. Suez. Okay. Formosan was played. Purge is gone. Thailand, Laos, all into France. Okay. So that's why he didn't put 3 into France, because he was going to event Suez. And I guess he still plans on eventing Blockade here. Yeah. I think a turn 6 Gaul could be pretty good here, and should kind of guarantee that we take one of the European battlegrounds next turn. And then we hold NORAD. Worse things have happened. It is nice to get the middle ops here, though, and go up 4 after the turn 1. So yeah, blockade's gone. AI war. Maybe we'll win that. Ah, almost. I kind of like that. Because then if his plan was to Truman, and we can jam ops next turn. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't think he has a lot of ops left. I wonder if we should have taken a non-battleground there, actually. Well, I guess that he would have had France, so that would have been meaningless. Lots of room being invented. Definitely a better USSR than USA record. I've never played him. Makes sense, time zones. The cat's yelling at me because I'm talking to you guys instead of giving him attention, and he's unsure what's going on. All right. I think at least whatever that De Gaulle move put a hamper in his plans. So if I was Slawomir here, I would get at least one more into West Germany because socialist governments would knock him out of West Germany and France. Well, I mean, I guess as long as he has adjacency, but he, I wonder if he had, well, what, why, what did he not want to space? I don't understand. I'm like relatively happy with how that turned out, to be honest. Overprotecting Thailand's quite important in case of a decal or Vietnam headline. Obviously, ops into Europe is super important here. Um, lots of things. Yeah, we got everything removed. 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Discard 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate we didn't have a chance to space Nora. Maybe we'll see like um, UN or something here in our next turn. So NATO, Marshall, NTB are the 3 4 ops. Oh no, NATO and US Japan. So only Purge has been seen. C5. Okay. Socialists? Come on, socialist. No, but we get quite the hand. We can go for Thailand here, I think. Ah, ah, blast. So, taking the fourth. Well, okay, let's pause for a second. We have NATO, we have Japan, we have D-Stall, we all got UN. This is pretty great. We have EEU and KW. That's a pretty. So we want to kind of hedge against the Truman doctrine here. if we did that. So his options, a 3, he would need a 3, because he would put 2 here and 2 here. So if we do that, only a 4 up actually, right? Am I doing the math correctly here? If we do this, then it becomes 1 up here and 2 up here. So we could take this, 2 up here, 1 up here. We could take Japan. So only Marshall Plan doing a 2-2 split again prevents it. I'm okay with that. I think that's probably pretty reasonable. I'll check on the stream. 2 viewers. Howdy, folks. No one's complaining in chat about anything, so I think things are probably working pretty well here. Yeah, Caesar, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. What was he holding there that he did that early Europe play? I guess decall. Maybe I would have been willing to do that for D-stall, but he could have blockaded Suez and then just spaced. Oh, he was afraid of RSP. That must be it. And then at that point, he was committed. That's the only thing I could think of. Which, honestly, was a possibility. Up 2 scoring cards. So, getting a free NATO off is always nice. And I think one way or another, we take the 3rd European battleground here. And then we can... Egypt coup? No. Well, maybe. I mean, it gives him access to Libya and cuts me off. It's like always kind of gross to have to coup Egypt in the early war. I don't as the US because of Sadat, but like there's times that call for it, right? Like the benefit of Egypt here means that he probably levels Middle East scoring when it comes out again. So that's obviously a pretty decent trade. Damn, that VR, we had so many options there. I could see him having some thoughts here and problems, which is great. We also don't know where IP war is, so he might be able to get mill-offs regardless. Defectors is gone. You have to remember to track cards properly. Vietnam is gone. So Socialist, Warsaw, Decall, Comcon, and Romanian are the Reds left. CIA, Truman, Marshall, FYP, Special and Containment. He could easily have, 5-year plan. Okay. So he was hedging that we didn't have another 4, but we do. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then we will space NORAD. I'm assuming he'll coup here, at least from a mill ops perspective, right? So we need to leave some ops left over after D-stall because we have to get at least, there's an op shortage because of the whole Europe thing. Okay, well, that's, I'm okay with all of that. He's also giving us the coup. If we do this, okay, so we could actually de-stall into South America more safely because he can't walk into Colombia. And we have the mill ops that we need. So we space Korean War, probably 1 into Korea. two into Korea maybe, and then we could just do a little D-stall thing. Maybe we do like one Mexico, two South America, and one Angola. I could be into. I think we could go a little bit aggressive. I don't think we need three in South America on the D-stall because he's out of Panama. Um, Actually, Korean War should be one West Germany, one South Korea. I just realized that was a bad mistake. That was a huge mistake. We should have, because we just lost food for D-stall. Nah, nah. We're. I guess we could remove two from Cuba maybe if we needed to. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. That was a mistake. We obviously should have cooed. I guess the problem was I didn't want to coup with KW because it instantly take South Korea. Maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe we could have done this in a different fashion. I because now we probably want to. It'd be really nice if we saw Warsaw ComCon. So I think we should NORAD to space first and hope that we can buy us some time on seeing a red Europe card. So Hassan's messaging me right now over Discord. So for those who don't know, me and Hassan are big hockey fans. He's a Toronto Leafs fan. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. Um, the Canadians just took Game 7 to knock the Leafs out of the playoffs after being down 3-1 in the series, which is a hurtful number for the Leafs because of their 3-1 or 3-0. Um, they've lost a lot of series 3-1 score in Game 7 or dropping a series 3-1, both of those against Boston. They were up 3-1 in this series also, and then the Habs were able to come back and win three in a row. Oh, which is a good feeling as a Habs fan. That's a great feeling. Terrible feeling if you're Hassan right now, probably. What are we waiting for, sir? He might have something like Romanian and not want to have to event it. I guess because we got IR off first. That's great. Yeah. Okay. There's OG. Huh. So we could take one from here. We could take two from there. We could take one from there. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm almost tempted to give up NORAD here. No, I don't want to deal with a game full of NORAD. I think we should destall here though, one way or another, before we lose Angola. Or actually, let's space. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's buy one more turn to see if we get Warsaw or ComCon. Oh, okay. The I was wondering why Discord was beeping in my ear, and Metallic showed the Salomir's opening setup, but I'm gonna choose not to read anything on Discord in case people are talking about it in strategy. I think that's the right decision, although y'all are way behind, so it probably wouldn't matter anyway, but still, I think to be safe, um, we shouldn't be looking at that. Howdy, Metallic. At least I know you're in the chat right now watching this. I guess usual suspects. You seem to be a bit of a night owl, so all right. NORAD is off to space. Boom. So I really would like to see ComCon or Warsaw here. I really would love that. Goody streaming against Chewbacca. I think my game should hopefully be more interesting than his. And you guys should stay here to watch. And so I'd like to get one more op into both East Germany and West Germany so we can't poke on AR7. So I'd almost be tempted to kind of destall and just kind of leave things as the way they were. Especially if he puts one to Angola, that would be really nice because then we could get one into Zaire. And then we can have a juicy coup target in Angola next turn. Because having to coup Iraq seems like a waste, but I mean, if we have to drop DEFCON, we have to drop DEFCON. Containment for ops. Okay. Um, let's do that. Or should we? Is Mexico necessary? Maybe Mexico is not necessary, and then because that could be a lot of realign potential. Um, let's do that, 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 and maybe Algeria. Is that too greedy? Do we care about Algeria enough? I love how like just earlier I was like, yeah, we could go pretty aggressive on this D-stall, right? Like that seems good. And now I'm like, should I go too aggressive on the D-style? Those are set. So do we want to risk the realigns? So okay, let's let's play it a little safe. I don't want to risk realignments. Um, I think Korean War, one to West Germany, one to Zaire, in case he CIAs us on turn one, so that we don't lose our Africa access. And then we really have to rush to get another, what's it called, battleground or two in Asia. It's been neglected pretty hard. Or we could do West Germany, Pakistan, and kind of make our way to India with KW. Because if he, oh, IP for the realignment instead of the mill ops. Interesting. Oh, okay. Um, so he's doing that probably because he had he's been holding decall this whole time. That's fine. There's other ways into Angola and Zaire later on. I like the West Germany over protect. Oh, you know what's I didn't even consider? North Korea here. I would break North Korea if I was Slawomir. Oh, Romanian. That's a problem. That gives us Europe Dom opportunities here, I think. Wow, just ops for days. Ops for days. So we get Europe and TB, Warsaw, ComCon. He has decal, social, CIA, Marshall, and Special. Then let's read out the discards. We also picked up NATO and Defectors, Olympic Games, and the AI War. Why did what? Not my hand. Well, we're not going to do better in Europe, so why don't we just score that and free our hand? Does that? Oh my God. I didn't even consider that. Wow. I'm super angry at myself right now, guys. I didn't even consider that he could have redrawn EEU. Um, Brilliant. Honestly, there's not much else I could say there except just brilliant. Yeah, that was smart. That was super smart. Um, Annoyed at myself, but it's life. It's life. Wow, that was 6 VP. That was a 7 VP swing because I didn't consider all the options. I should have just headlined AI War. Damn. Okay, well, I mean, let's not dwell on it, I guess, and move on. Uh, we have a lot of ops here, and there's a lot of things to do on the board, so we should just start doing those things. I think we might hold NTB. I think having a 4 op in the next turn is probably super useful, and I don't think we need that last extra off anywhere here on the board. Off my math, that defectors goes to space. We need at least what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if we want to completely do the Americas. That's 3, 6, 10, 12. Maybe we won't be VO8 proof, but we'll be able to do quite a bit still, I think, because we'll probably have to take Asia and Libya. wonder where the Twitch. Y'all are gonna lose your minds when you see that that headline where I blundered 7 VP. Man, I'm so mad at myself. Damn, I can't get over that play. I didn't even consider EU whatsoever. I think we might have to just close Discord right now because of the incessant beeping going on. Okay, that should be better. Imagine what, like, I don't know what I was gonna headline. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's susceptible to AI war or IP war. We could let him take South Korea right now if you like. Okay, let us. Is that one to South Korea even necessarily? I feel like at this point we're just playing for the war there. So let's just do the things. Warsaw's gone. I guess we should also maybe put some ops back up in there. Um, yeah, we should use AI war up there, and that would leave us just 3 with ComCon. Or do we use Defector? I don't want to give up that BP. Hello, cat. He was asleep for the entire evening until I started talking at my laptop by myself. And now suddenly he's being super needy. It's kind of cute though. There you go. Give it a treat. Stop bothering me. Alright, that one CIA off, where did that go? To SK. That seems fine. Let's at least do that. And then we can do that. One to North Korea. I'm assuming we're going to see a Korean War space here. Knowing IP war is out for at least the rest of the mid-war, we can overprotect things in here. Yeah, decall to space, success. Not doing good on the space race here. So we still know about Marshall and SOCGovs. So I'm assuming SOCGovs will just be spaced again here. I don't think this board can be VOA proof. And knowing that he has Marshall kind of bothers me because he can break something. I'm thinking about overprotecting India and North Korea here. Maybe we'll hold Comconsev NTB. The three ops should be fine. We'll get one to Libya to protect from Sadat, and then one into Venezuela to protect from VOA, and then we'll just hope that he doesn't get VOA turn 4. I think losing Asia here is would be very bad. And those are things we're going to want to have overprotected sooner or later anyway. Because we need to keep Asia as a draw, I think, for the whole game. I don't think we're going to make... I don't think there's an Asia domination in our future, is what I'm trying to say, without anything in Southeast Asia, without maybe a successful KW war. KW war. KW. It was very redundant. I wonder if the Twitch stream has caught up to... No, you guys still haven't seen the turn 3 headline, I think. Ah, it's coming. Oh. I mean, I don't see why you don't just space again here. I have to assume you have Korean War. Well, I mean, or he's just gonna took Korea and is hoping that maybe Kan comes out first or something to bolster it. Either way, I think we'll at some point roll the dice on that if we have that opportunity. We know he has SOCGovs. I don't see why you'd want to hold SOCGov through the reshuffle. I would say that foremost in his other card. Oh, we are so susceptible to so many things if we do this. At least that deals with brush war a bit. But India still... Aye. Okay. I think Libya is less of a priority than having something locked up in South America. So Marshall takes Taiwan here, and then 3 ops can't do anything now from a break perspective because we overprotected. Are you guys seeing that Europe running into... No, you guys still haven't ran into my Europe running into EU headline. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I'm still not going to get over that play anytime soon. So top priorities here. Yeah, there goes Marshall. Okay, interesting. Not a bad move anywhere. God, what a nasty hand. What a nasty hand we have here. ABM Thailand. Quag, ABM Thailand. Maybe he doesn't get out. All right, add the mid war. I will admit we're getting some pretty gnarly hands here. We have ABN. Yeah, I think we're just gonna quag. That is not the end of the world, I think. We have to turn our flux off. This is hurting my eyes trying to do this. Okay, so Punta is gone. Let's see, we have Flower Power. We have ABM. We have Lats. We have Nixon, which we will like to space. We have Alliance, which is free. That's a good card to be able to get out of the way for now for free, hopefully. ComCon still, we have Missile Envy. Oh, geez. Well, I guess when you roll a 6, it doesn't really matter. That was a good roll, isn't it? In turn, I guess ABM would have been stronger there. We could take what? We can do one of these, this. I think we'll save ABM for Zaire, which I'm sure is coming. And let's see if he gets this or not. Oh, oh, there goes Korean War, guys. How unfortunate. Let's do it. 1, 2. Oh, baby! Free Alliance. Oh, baby. Alliance is gone. Boom. That's a monster. I have to assume Angola is going to come here. Libya and Iraq. Middle East is a priority. So the only problem right now also is, well, we are having a lot of pretty strong hands so far. The down part right now is there's a lot of blue out there that we're going to have to deal with. So ideally, we'll have some favorable scorings come our way before all that blue comes out and turns the tide on the board a bit. Being VOA proof is super nice. Yeah, I think getting some Middle East battlegrounds should be a priority. I really hope he moves into Angola. What if he doesn't? What do we do with ABM? I honestly don't know what happens if he has to move into Angola. Coup Botswana, hope for a 5 or a 6. Force him to move into Angola, play ABM. I don't know. Fuck. Fuck. Goddamn. That's a. Ah. Ah. Went into goddamn Libya. Okay. I think we're gonna coup that. That's the. Oh, but. Ah. Ah. I got played. If I play ABM, then he moves into Angola. I don't think he has Africa scoring. Oh my god, and we don't have adjacency. Okay, well that sucks. No, it's just, I guess, an ops race in the Middle East to get to Egypt and Libya first. Damn, can't protect against everything. Just needed a 16%. That was 16% odds. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. At least he's also now locking mill ops. Israel Angola here makes the most sense, I think. Sadat was a good call. Man, so containment coup. That I don't know if I agree with, because now I just got Egypt and Libya because I'm ahead. Unless he has South America scoring. And he was hoping that maybe I would not move in there. Hmm. So we'll take Egypt with flat ins, base Nixon, and then probably just play missile into Libya. Or do we do like a Cuba? Probably should want to take Cuba. It's 2 VP. It's crazy how like sometimes you see boards on turn 4 that are like 100% saturated, like turn 4, turn 5, And then sometimes you see boards like this where it's turn 4 and there's so much to do on the board. Like Poland has 2 in it currently. I think that was probably a small misplay by our opponent. Not that I really think he's had many or any misplays, but I think not moving to Israel first there was a small mistake. Giving up Egypt and Libya is a lot. Unless he has Camp David now, be sneaky. But that's also assuming that I don't have another 3 op, which is like probably kind of fair. I played a lot of ops this turn. Cat, you're super annoying right now. Go on, kitty. Looks like it's going to be a late night for me, or in a long morning for Slawomir. This is definitely not the quickest game of Twilight Struggle I've ever played. Panama for influence. Yep, that's fine. We got ahead of you. Let's gone. All right. Well, it's nice to see some of the blue slowly disappearing. Obviously, the big 3, Colonial Green and VOA, are still out there to make our lives hell. Um, I kind of wish he would move into Angola so we could coup into the region, but I feel like that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to try and make a slow walk to Algeria right now, or hope we get South Africa crumble, or South Africa or Portuguese Empire crumbles. South African unrest. PC to space. Well, to answer that question, we will not be getting PEC. Nixon's gone. That's nice. I think missile to Libya or Cuba. 1 to Cuba, 1 to Libya would be fine. I think 2 to Libya is probably better. We don't want to get like a grain coup on it. I wonder what he. Well, he sells sock gov, so we know that's in his hand. I'm like, unless I missed it, but I don't think I did. There's no sock gov. There's no sock gov, and there's no sock gov. So I assume he'll space that to try and get headline peak, because headline peak's probably something you want to have here. Um, I'd love to get Southeast Asia off at only -3 because I don't think it's going to get better. There's just so many things you want to do on this board. And that's not accounting for the fact that Europe looks like crap for us. But I think we have a few favorable scorings in the works. Messed up with like a brush war, Panama, Purge, Salt's probably strong. I don't even know what you'd salt for, but there's always things to salt for. It's a long time to talk to yourself, I'm gonna be honest. To like when you're playing against, I guess, someone who plays at this, who really takes their time, like a Alagudi or Gart, or now Slawomir, I guess, my third opponent, who seems to take a lot of time. It's actually kind of hard to stream those games because um, it's just like, what do you talk about while your opponent waits for so long? VOA would. I wonder if we shouldn't have. VOA still makes our life hell there. Now that I think about it, we should get one more into Egypt or Libya to handle a VOA problem. At least it's nice to know that Junta's gone. Junta and ABM. He like does not want to give me a coup target, which is so interesting. God damn! Wow, wow. I guess that was a good call. I don't know if I would have done that. Oh, liberation. Yum yum yum. Um, this is doable. Grain would be terrible. So I also don't want to play wheelbarrow you and not get the VP out of it. I wonder if how I learned is the right move here and set the defcon to 2. We could still run into grain though. If we do, and grain goes first, we could set the defcon a little higher. And we have all his access cards. Okay, let's do that. Sorry, kid, you're. Um, I think I'm willing to play Ask Not. Okay. Okay. So we'll drop Southeast Asia scoring right away, or maybe yeah. So what's the worst problem cards here? Subs, Ask Not, Puppet. So what do we have here? We have to tree punch our hand. Subs, Puppet, Usuri, and we have Liberation. 6. We're missing a card. Southeast Asia scoring. Okay. So maybe Liberation? Puppet gives him access, or just gives him a whole bunch of Africa BGs. It's a pretty interesting strategy to kind of like bet on your opponent not getting access to Southern Africa. Yeah, so it's probably Liberation or Southeast Asia scoring first, and then we have to figure out how we're going to triage our hand, probably. I could possibly see myself playing Usuri here, the Pope. I'm not going to be too concerned about the Pope right now with Warsaw still in the deck. Let's get rid of that. I think liberation. So what's going to be the space? Kennedy? Kennedy last AR space subs? Space puppet? Because we still have to deal with OAS. That's actually a lot of things to do. I would have to prep us for OAS. Hold OAS again. Space subs. Play puppet. Kennedy last turn, assuming that he's not going to hold a scoring till the end. C5. I'm fine with that. So I'm actually very okay to play Asnot on the last AR now, knowing that he doesn't have a scoring in hand. So I think subs would probably be the one thing I don't want him, because I don't want to let him coup anything. Here's the big old realignments. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Okay. Um, okay. I do we want to deny the mill ops here? I don't know. So if we play puppet, where does he probably go? Colombia, Uruguay. That would let him start poking things. Afghanistan is an interesting possibility for puppets, which I think I'd prefer not to have happen. So we play Surrey. It should be. Oh my god. Oh, there's so many problems on this board. At least a lot of the blue's gone now. Allende. Oh my god. Brutal on the rolls. Okay, I'm fine with that. Liberation. Subs with space. I'd like to deny Melops here, I think. The Middle East is slowly looking pretty good. If we can snag Israel at some point. Yeah. I honestly like I'm very happy to get rid of Usuri by giving up the China card. Usuri can just make an absolute mess of Asia, which I would absolutely don't want in this case. It's like this game of like not giving your opponent coup targets. It's absolutely absurd what's going on. I think if I puppet, he's not going to take a single non-battleground in Africa. Salt for influence. Oh wow. Okay. Why wouldn't you raise the DEF CON there? You probably would seriously benefit from raising the DEF CON there. At this point, I'd almost be tempted to give up the mill ops maybe if he moves into Colombia. I think having adjacency to Panama is probably pretty important, considering that we just lost Mexico and Cuba. But 2 VP is 2 VP. I guess my main concern here would be if he does a Panama Uruguay, he could jam 4 into Brazil or Argentina. So do you overprotect and let him jam? But then, because he could basically break it and prevent a domination slash control without the NBG, which means you coup Colombia, take the non-battle ground, because he'll probably coup back, and then I could use Asnot to overprotect everything in South America. I think that's a decent path forward. I've never seen someone so hesitant to give any coup targets. I invented how to stop boring. Purge and Brush War here are going to be massive. Massive, massive, massive to whoever gets it. Because Brush War could basically flip Central America to US control on me at this point. There's really not much we'd be able to do about that. He's still holding stock govs. We're also at some point going to have to possibly start putting some ops into East Germany. I think maybe we'd be able to salt for like something like Warsaw. But we'll have to hope it just comes back on its own. Because I don't think there's any other way to get the DEF CON up now, unless I was to headline NTB, which I think is gone anyway. Oh. We might win on time. Yeah, he did exactly what I thought he would do. I think that means we have to coup Colombia and give him the coup target. He has a coup here. He needs mill ops. He's going to take the mill ops. OPEC would be pretty nice to see turn 6 and get that into the reshuffle. That's a lot of VP right now. It's a lot of VP we need. Also, whoever gets all these scorings is just going to have a hard time. It's also, ask not when you know your opponent has no scorings is pretty great, and he would be hard pressed to discard 2 because you could draw 2 scorings. It's like super low odds, but there's 5 scorings out there. It could happen. I wonder if we could win on time. He's used an hour to play 5 turns. So he's definitely behind, right? Because it would be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's definitely not doing great on time. Sock govs. Let's weaken. I'm assuming he'll coup here. Yeah, there it is. Oh my god, a 5. Insane. I don't want to be completely cut out. That's fine. That's fine. This 6. How unfortunate. I could see like, oh my god, South African. Ah, yeah, no access. No access to Africa. We're gonna have to walk into Tunisia next turn. Well, he's playing too long there, so we know he didn't pick up a scoring, which is unfortunate for us. There's pretty much even red and blue left with Red Scare, Purge, CMC, and Arms Race, and One Small Step all still out there. For those who are interested in knowing, the big red is Muslim, Brezhnev, Vietnam, OPEC, Culture, and Lone Gunman. The big blue is Bear Trap, 5-Year Plan, Duck, Grain, and Colonial, I would say is left. Unless I'm missing something, but no, I think that's about right. With 5 scorings and UN intervention all still around. Imagine he used like South African unrest there and like picked up Lone Gunman instead. It's also interesting. He went to Cuba there on Space Race 3 instead of Mexico to just deny me any reasonable coup targets. Ah, oh, Brezhnev. Gross. 1, 2. Oh, right. That was. I think I could have found a better use of 3 ops there. Like taking scoring, like taking things on the board. Um, we're not going to headline the scoring because that can mess us up pretty badly. We don't want to do that. We will headline Willie for the VP. That seems fine. Okay, so Puppet's been invented, Aslan's been invented. So we got Che, Willie in Vietnam. We have 1 scoring in Central. Luckily, we got UN, but it's not meaning much right now. We got Bear Trap and Omit. And that is the rest of our hand. Willie's gone. Wait, we're missing something. Bear Trap. Kitchen. Kitchen. That ever important one-off in kitchen debates. So it's possible that his hand is like saturated with scoring. It's also possible he has like Red Scare and Brush War and Cuban and Arms Race with like Grain Sale and Colonial, and his hand is just an absolute monster. 50-50. If we have like we need some favorable scorings here. I honestly am like we need a favorable scoring. That's like this just actually was not the hand that, like, it's very playable. Oh my God. It's funny because I just said this was almost like a very playable hand, and now you're just like, I'm so scared to give up omit. I'm almost tempted to coup Lebanon here, but I don't want to do that because that's gonna fuck up South Africa. So we'll coup with Kitchen, which is probably going to be the most meaningless coup to drop DEFCON ever. Fuck, that purge sucks. Well, okay. We knocked him out of Iraq. Yay. We're going to drop Central here right away. I We either have to eat OAS or omit. And we don't have a lot of playable ops this turn. We have one, three, four, five ops for the whole turn. It's really a good thing we're overprotected in a lot of spots because there's very few things we could do to stop something. I just hope his hand's like inundated with scoring. I mean, this is kind of what happens though, right? Like, there's the timing of scorings is so much in Twilight Struggle. I'd really like to win this game, but I mean, we need to see like Middle East and South America before the reshuffle. Especially with Amit having to get played. If we don't see our scorings, I'm almost tempted to give up OAS first. We're so overprotected on things that like all we need to do is maybe VR into Brazil. I'm honestly really leaning towards that. We cannot give up all those scoring points. I'm also really starting to think time is like a serious consideration as a path to victory here, as is DEFCON without having seen Lone Gunman. It's also possible that our opponent starts making like a considerable amount of mistakes when he starts being pressured on time, because we're running out the clock very very quickly here. Oh shit! Fuck! What a pull! I event it. So he purged. Goodbye. Goodbye. That is fine by me. Um, Whatever. That also probably tells me he has scoring. Ow, I just poked myself in the eye. It also kind of suggests to me that he has scorings in hand if he did that. If you don't have South America and Middle East in your hand, you have to event omit there to pull them out of the reshuffle, to pull them out. Oh, fuck me. Fail. Fail. Motherfucker. What are the coup odds? Ah, how the twilight gods giveth and the twilight gods taketh. I would just jam fucking Brazil here. There's literally nothing I could do. Well, at least we finally have a two-stab coup target in an overprotected Venezuela. Oh man, the timing of scorings in this game are just absolutely brutal for us. We got no luck in the scorings. I don't know if he can do 4 turns in 20 minutes at the pace he's been playing. I absolutely think there's a certain argument to be made at some point to trying to time him out. I think we need to play very quickly on our side so that he doesn't have time to think while we're paused. Which honestly is like not a terrible strategy when you're playing players that take a long time in like I think for 45 or 60-minute matches if they really take their time, but I almost don't see it in an hour and a half match where you start considering playing for a win on time. But he's used up an hour and 10 minutes, and we're not even at the end of turn six. Like we could easily have his clock down to like 15 minutes by the end of this. Oh, he's not going to break. Okay, I think he'll score that here. I feel like there's actually something that could be done about country count later on after the reshuffle here. Um, I mean, I guess he doesn't know just how weak our hand is after that purge, but hey, look, a free Muslim. Crap. Literally nothing we can do about that. Yeah, there's camp. Okay. What's better odds? Wow, how absurd. Bolivia's the best. That's kind of funny. Asia, Middle East, and South America are all going to come out on turn 7, it looks like. Which is, honestly, if it's the case, I'm shocked, absolutely shocked that he did not event omit to go fishing for those. Because OPEC's there, gunmen's there. Not eventing omit is probably a huge mistake. Like it's an absurd mistake unless you have Middle East and South America. He should not be chatting also, but we'll chat. We can chat. That's fine. That's fine when you have 16 minutes left on your timer. We can chat all you'd like, sir. Well, why realign there instead of just taking? God, what country is that? I don't. Bolivia, Ecuador, Ecuador. Huh. I wasn't expecting that. I think we take the gamble. The gamble succeeds. That's nice. None of our scorings came out for the entire mid war at any point. Oh, we get Middle East. Yes. Okay. Well, that's better than no scorings. Oh. Oh. Ooh, look at that. We have a pretty monster hand here. Um, so he has Colonial and NORAD, Asia, Arms Race, One Small Step's Gone. He has the Summit, and he is the Gunman. We got Duck, South America, Cuban, Cultural, OPEC, U2 Incident. We redrew, usually at the discards here, we redrew Nixon. Nixon plays the China card, he's in our hand. And we redrew what? We will bury you. I think we will bury you, right? Yeah, let's do that. We will bury you. Beautiful counter to that, and we get some 3 VP. Junta, back in our opponent's hand. Brazil coups Uruguay, perhaps? So Space Nixon, UN Duck, Event Cultural, Event OPEC, take Saudi, get some extra VP off OPEC there. Yeah, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so U2 is goodbye. So he has Lom come in, Asia, Colonial, NORAD, Arms Race, and Summit. So we can't let him get Arms Race off. I think we'll play Cultural here if he doesn't play the China card. And then I think we consider cooing Peru. Having to hold the gunmen into the mid-war. NATO. NATO. Oh, because he's going to get off an arms race no matter what, because we don't have a 4-op. Mother? What a good move by our opponent. We'll take our VP and move on. I assume he events arms race here. Yeah, there she is. Okay, we will take the China card back, going to the late war. Will you have Lone Gunman in your hand, partner? We're actually in Blitz territory if we go to final scoring right now. Series Gunman, Asia, Colonial, Nora, and Summit. Summit for influence. We don't have enough ops to do everything, so we will get our mill ops. Actually, I guess we could have just shoved Cuban into Saudi to get the extra OPEC point. Still 3 VP. I wonder what his last card is. Okay. Yeah, we knew that was coming. Let's take Saudi. Asia, Nord, and one more. He should score soon. There's Asia. We're spacing that. So wheelbarrow's been invented. South America's gone. Cultural's invented. OPEC's gone. Socialist. To space fails. Nixon is in the discard. Duck's gone. Cuban. Okay. And we'll take some VP there. Hopefully we can coup in Africa here. Headline peak is great knowing that he is the gunman though. Maybe we'll see an Aldridge or terrorism in our hand, and that'll be the game. 10 minutes to get to final scoring is rough. We basically should be playing here to get all the way to final scoring, I think. What do we have here? Oh, look who we got there in Mr. Aldridge Ames. This should be GG. I think this will be GG. If he plays ops like coup, nothing he can do there. There's the gunman, subs, grain. Nothing to raise DEFCON and Ortega. That is the game. We obviously, sure, it doesn't matter. All right, well, thank you for watching, everybody. We are almost done here. Sorry, I'm so bad at multitasking. I really struggle talking while I'm typing. It is a problem. All right. Give him the old coup with North Sea oil to Angola. I think we might just purge him to be mean. Uh, folks. God. All right. Let's really get him again. All right. We will. So I actually don't know how to end the stream. So I'm gonna just pop over into Twitch and just mute myself so that, and then I'll end it once everything's done. Thanks for watching though, guys.